The baby stopped crying. Jessica stood there in the dark, her hand still on the dumpster lid. The metal was warm from the day's heat. Inside, wrapped in an old blanket, her daughter was dying. She turned, walked away. Her footsteps echoed in the empty parking lot behind the apartment building. No running, no panic, just walking. Like nothing happened. But something did happen. Something that would make headlines across Johannesburg. Something that would make people ask, how? How does a girl do this? Let me show you how. Jessica Morrison was 9 years old the first time her mother slapped her, hard, across the face. Jessica had lied about eating biscuits from the kitchen. Her mother wanted tears, wanted sorry, wanted her to beg. Jessica just stood there. Her cheek burned, but her eyes stayed dry. She looked at her mother and felt nothing. Empty. Like there was supposed to be something there, but it was just space. "What kind of child are you?" her mother whispered. Jessica didn't answer. She never answered questions like that. 16 years old. Jessica sat on a dirty bathroom floor at Park Station. The pregnancy tests showed 2 pink lines. Outside the stall, women talked and laughed. Normal lives, normal problems. Jessica stared at those lines and felt anger. Pure. Cold. The kind that sits in your chest like ice. Not fear, not sadness. Just rage that her body did this to her. She stayed on that floor for 20 minutes. Then she threw the test in the bin, went home, had dinner with her family like nothing changed. Her mother was cooking when Jessica walked in. Grace Morrison. Always cooking or cleaning or reading her Bible. Always busy being holy. "You're late. Had to stay after school. Your father wants to talk to you." Grace didn't turn around, just kept stirring the pot. Thandiwe called. Made Dean's List again. Of course she did. Thandiwe was the perfect one. The one their parents showed off at church. Smart, obedient, everything Jessica wasn't. "That's nice," Jessica said. Grace spun around. "Nice? Your sister is excelling at university and you say nice. What do you want me to say?" "I want you to care about something. Anything." Grace's voice got louder. "You're turning 17 soon. Time to grow up." Jessica's hand moved to her stomach under the table. Still flat. For now. "I do care, Mom." "Then show it." Her father came home an hour later. Pastor David Morrison, Bible under his arm. And that look on his face like he was always judging something. He kissed Grace on the cheek. Looked at Jessica. "Your mother says you were late. School stuff." "What kind of school stuff?" "Project." He stared at her, looking for the lie. Jessica stared back. She'd learned something important when she was young. If you don't blink, people look away first. He did. "Go do your homework?" In her room, Jessica locked the door, sat on her bed, put both hands on her stomach. Inside her, something was growing. Something she didn't want, would never want. She pulled out her phone, typed, "Abortion Clinics, Johannesburg." The first result said R2500. She had R300 saved. She typed, "Free abortion." Results said, "Public clinics, waiting lists, parental consent if you're under 18. She typed, "How to get rid of pregnancy at home." The results made her stomach hurt. Dangerous things, desperate things. Women bleeding to death in back rooms. Jessica searched until her phone died. Then she lay back and made a decision. She would hide this. Have the baby alone. Make it disappear. Simple. Next morning at school, she saw Marcus, the father. He was laughing with friends. Some girl under his arm. Jessica walked past him. He didn't even look up. Good. They'd had sex 3 times in his friend's car. Quick, uncomfortable. He'd already told her he was leaving Johannesburg after graduation, going to Durban, starting fresh. Marcus wouldn't help her. So Jessica would help herself, like always. 4 months pregnant, her school uniform stopped fitting. She started wearing her sister's old clothes, big sweaters, loose shirts. Tandivi had left them when she went to university. Her mother noticed once. "You're getting fat, Jessica. Stop eating so much." So Jessica stopped eating in front of them. She'd make a plate, push food around, take a few bites, say she wasn't hungry. Her mother loved that, loved seeing Jessica suffer. Jessica lost weight everywhere except her stomach. Her face got thin. Her arms got skinny. But under those big clothes, her belly grew round and hard. Her father never noticed, too busy with church. Her mother never noticed, too busy comparing Jessica to Thandiwe. Nobody looked at Jessica, not really. And if you're invisible, you can hide anything. 5 months pregnant. The baby moved for the first time. Jessica was at church. Sunday morning. Her father was preaching about family and sin and staying pure. The building was hot. People were singing. Then Jessica felt it, a flutter inside her stomach, like something alive reminding her it existed. She pressed down hard with her hand. The movement stopped. Around her, people raised their hands and praised God. Jessica sat there feeling this thing inside her that she would never love, never keep, wanted gone. After church, her mother grabbed her arm. "Sister Ruth wants you to join youth group." Sister Ruth appeared. Big smile, too much enthusiasm. "We meet Thursdays, talk about faith and staying pure, and I'm busy on Thursdays." "Doing what?" "Homework." Her mother's nails dug into Jessica's skin. "Don't be rude." "I'm not rude. I'm busy. We'll talk at home." They did talk. Grace talked for 30 minutes about disrespect, about attitude, about how Thandiwe never acted like this, about how God was watching Jessica's behavior. Jessica stood there, said yes, Mama, and sorry, Mama, in all the right places, then went to her room. Next day at the library, she searched, giving birth alone. The results were scary: bleeding, infection, death. But also women did it. Everywhere. Throughout history. Some by choice. Most because they had no choice. Jessica read everything. How labor worked. What to do if things went wrong. How to cut the cord. How to survive. She wasn't keeping the baby, but she needed it out before anyone found out. After that, she'd figure it out. 7 months. Jessica felt the baby hiccup inside her, and her whole stomach jumped. Hiccup. 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 She put her hand there, felt nothing. No love, no connection. Just annoyance. December came with heat that made everything worse. Jessica was 8 months pregnant now, huge, moving slow. She told her mother she hurt her ankle. Grace said, "Stop being dramatic." Christmas service lasted 3 hours. Jessica's father preached about new beginnings. The baby kicked through the whole sermon. Jessica almost laughed. January 10th. Her parents announced they were going to Cape Town for the weekend. Visiting Thandiwe, some award ceremony. "You'll come with us," Grace said. "I can't. Exams coming up. Need to study." Her father frowned. "You can study there. Thandiwe's having friends over. It'll be loud, please. I need this weekend to focus." Her parents looked at each other. Grace sighed. "Fine. But you study the whole time. No going out." "Yes, Mama." They left Friday morning. Jessica watched their car disappear down the street. Then she turned and looked at the empty flat. 3 days alone. The baby was coming soon. She could feel it. Heavy. Low pressure. She waited. Friday passed. Saturday passed. Sunday morning. 3 a.m. Pain woke her. Sharp. Deep. Like her body was splitting open. Jessica sat up, hand on stomach. waited. The pain lasted 30 seconds and left her breathless. This was it. She got up, locked her door, put towels on the floor, got the scissors she'd cleaned with bleach, plastic bags, blankets. Another pain hit, stronger. She bent over, gripping her bed, counted 45 seconds. Labor hurt. The internet said it hurt, but nothing prepared her for this, like her body was tearing itself apart. For 3 hours, she labored alone, on her knees, squatting, on her side. The pains came faster, harder every 2 minutes. She bit a towel to keep quiet. 6:17 a.m. Her water broke. Hot liquid running down her legs. The pain changed, got urgent. Her body pushing without asking. 6:45 a.m. She felt the head, burning, stretching. She reached down, felt wet hair, soft skin. She pushed. The head came out. One more push. The baby slid out in blood and fluid onto the towels. Jessica lay there, shaking. Everything hurt. The baby didn't cry at first. Just lay there, still, blue. For 1 second, Jessica thought, it's dead. Problem solved. Then the baby gasped, cried, loud. Jessica sat up slow, looked at this tiny human, covered in white stuff and blood. Her daughter, crying for help. Jessica picked up the scissors, cut the cord where she'd learned to cut it, tied it with thread. The baby kept crying. She wrapped her in a towel. The crying got quieter but didn't stop. Jessica held her. First time really holding her. This baby with her nose, her chin, tiny fingers and fists, eyes closed against the light. And Jessica felt nothing. No love, no connection. Just tired and annoyed and desperate for this to stop. She cleaned herself first, washed the blood off, changed clothes, put pads on. The baby cried the whole time. Then Jessica wrapped her tighter in the blanket. The old one from her closet nobody would miss. The crying got softer. Jessica looked at the clock. 7:30 a.m. Early. The building was quiet. She picked up the baby, opened her door, listened. Nothing. She walked down the hall, down 3 floors. The baby was warm against her chest, moving a little under the blanket. Outside, the morning was already hot. That thick Johannesburg heat. Jessica walked to the dumpsters behind the building. Big metal bins, smell of garbage, one light buzzing above. She opened the closest bin, looked inside. Black bags, broken chairs. The smell hit her. The baby made a sound. Jessica put her inside, laid her on top of a garbage bag, still in the blanket. The baby's eyes opened. Dark eyes looking up at Jessica. Jessica closed the lid. The crying started again, muffled by metal and trash. Jessica stood there. 5 seconds. 10. Then walked away. Back upstairs, back to her room. She put everything in garbage bags, cleaned the floor with bleach, showered until the water ran clear, got in bed, slept. Her parents came home Sunday night, tired from driving. Grace kissed her head. David asked about studying. Good weekend, Jessica said. Very productive. She wasn't lying. Monday morning, 6 a.m. A man named Thomas was collecting garbage. He opened the bin for his route, heard crying. Found the baby. Still alive. Barely. Cold. Almost not breathing. He called an ambulance, then police. By afternoon, Detective Mthembu was watching security footage. Black and white video showing a girl walking to the dumpster, putting something inside, walking away. By evening, police knocked on Jessica's door. Grace answered. Yes? We need to speak with Jessica Morrison. My daughter? Why? Ma'am, we need to speak with her now. Jessica came to the door, saw the officers, saw her mother's face. Felt nothing. Jessica Morrison. Yes. You need to come with us. Grace grabbed Jessica's arm. What's happening? What did she do? We'll explain at the station, ma'am. In the police car, Jessica watched Johannesburg pass by. People going to work. Normal Monday. Nobody knowing what she'd done. At the station, they put her in a gray room. Metal table, one mirror. Detective Mthembu sat across from her. Jessica, do you know why you're here? Yes. Tell me what happened. Jessica told her everything. The pregnancy, hiding it, the birth, the dumpster. Her voice stayed calm, like telling a story about someone else. Mthembu stopped writing. You gave birth alone? By yourself? Yes. And then you put the baby in the dumpster? Yes. Jessica. The detective leaned forward. Your baby almost died. She was in that dumpster for 6 hours. 6 hours in garbage, in the heat. Do you understand that? She was going to be found eventually. But she almost died. Jessica looked at her. But she didn't. Mthembu stared. This 17-year-old girl talking about attempted murder like it was nothing. Do you feel bad about this? At all? Jessica thought about it. Really thought. I feel relieved, she said. I had a problem. Now I don't. A problem? You mean your baby? Yes. Mthembu turned off the recorder. There are safe haven laws, Jessica. You know what those are? Yes. You could have taken your baby to any hospital, any fire station, left her there. No questions, no charges. She would have been safe. Too many people there, Jessica said. People who know my family. My father's a pastor. He has a church in Hillbrow, preaches about sin every Sunday. She almost smiled. How would that look? The detective couldn't speak for a moment. So you chose to let your baby die in garbage instead. I chose what was best for me. The interview lasted 2 hours. Every answer Jessica gave made it worse, made her sound more cold, more empty, more wrong. They arrested her, charged her with attempted murder and child endangerment, put her in a cell overnight. Her mother came the next morning, stood outside the bars, couldn't look at Jessica. How could you? Grace's voice broke. How could you do this to us? Not how could you hurt your baby, but how could you hurt us? Jessica almost laughed. I didn't do it to you, Mama. I did it for me. Grace started crying. I don't know you. I don't know what you are. You never did. The trial happened fast. Jessica's lawyer was young. Public defender named Senzo. He tried everything. Said Jessica had postpartum psychosis. Said she was in shock. Said she wasn't thinking clearly. But Jessica wouldn't help him. On the stand, the prosecutor asked, Did you know about safe haven laws? Yes. Did you know you could surrender your baby safely? Yes. Then why didn't you? Jessica looked at the jury. Because I didn't want to. The courtroom went crazy. The judge called for order. Senzo put his head in his hands. The prosecutor kept going. Do you regret what you did? Jessica paused. Thought about it. I regret getting caught. Her mother ran out crying. Her father sat frozen, broken. Her sister Thandiwe never came to court, never visited, cut Jessica off completely. A psychologist testified, used words like antisocial personality disorder and lack of empathy and moral disengagement. The judge gave her 3 years, juvenile detention, maximum sentence. Jessica showed nothing on her face. Detention was easy. Jessica kept quiet. Went to therapy and said what they wanted to hear, caused no trouble. The other girls called her Ice, said she had dead eyes, said she was the type who could kill you and feel nothing. They weren't wrong. Jessica read books, passed her exams, made plans for after. The therapist asked once, Do you think about your daughter? No. Never? Why would I? She was released at 20, 3 years served. Record sealed because she was a minor. But the internet doesn't forget. Google her name. First result: girl who dumped baby released from prison. No university would take her. No job would hire her. Her parents moved to another province, changed churches. Her father stopped preaching. Jessica called them once. Her mother answered. Please don't contact us again. Click. Jessica stood at a payphone, hands still on the receiver. She felt nothing. Money became the problem. Rent, food, surviving. She worked at a petrol station, got fired when someone recognized her. Worked at a grocery store, lasted 3 weeks. Then she met Vanessa. Expensive weave, nice car. She bought Jessica coffee and said, You look like someone who needs money and doesn't care how. Jessica looked at her. What's the work? Vanessa smiled. The oldest job in the world, and business is always good. Jessica started that week. Hotels, apartments, sometimes cars. She learned fast. How to spot cops. How to negotiate. How to turn off whatever part should have objected. But that part never existed anyway. The other women found her strange, cold. She didn't complain, didn't get high to cope, didn't talk about her life. How do you just not care? One asked. Jessica looked at her. Practice. 2 years passed. Jessica moved cities, Durban, Pretoria, Port Elizabeth, never staying long, never using her real name. Sometimes she saw babies in strollers, holding their mother's hands. She looked at them and felt nothing. Once a client asked, You ever think about having kids? Jessica smiled. The fake smile for clients. No, I'm not the type. He laughed, and he didn't know she meant it. The baby, her baby, was adopted by a rich couple from Sandton. They named her Hope, raised her in a big house with a garden. Hope grew up never knowing. Her parents decided some truths were better buried. Jessica never asked about her, never tried to find her, never wondered if she looked like her or thought like her or felt nothing like her. That baby stopped existing when Jessica closed the dumpster lid. 22 years old now, Jessica sits in a rented room in Cape Town. Small window, cheap furniture, traffic sounds outside. She thinks about her life, the family who disowned her, the baby she tried to kill, the years in detention, what she does now. She tries to feel regret, tries to find guilt, tries to access whatever makes people human. Nothing. Just the same emptiness that's always been there. The same space where other people keep their soul. Sometimes people ask, how did you become like this? Jessica never answers. Because the truth is worse than they want to hear. She didn't become anything. She always was this. The girl who felt nothing. Who dropped her baby in a dumpster and walked away, who chose herself every time, and who would do it all again. If you made it this far, if this story grabbed you and wouldn't let go, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button. Drop a comment below. Tell me what you felt. Tell me what you thought. Because stories like this, they need to be heard, even when they hurt. Especially when they hurt. Like this video if it made you feel something, anything, and share it if you think someone else needs to hear it. Because some stories don't have morals. Some stories don't have happy endings. Some stories just show you the truth about what people can become when that one piece inside them never grows. Jessica Morrison walks among us. Maybe in your city, maybe in your neighborhood. Looking normal, acting normal, but empty inside. And that's the scariest part of all.